Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to kind of come here and rant about my dilemma in regards to this movement that I've been seeing on social media where a lot of people, especially like beauty influencers and whatnot, have been decluttering and like moving towards minimalism or just owning less of their beauty products. So the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I have consistently struggled with dealing with extreme maximalism where I consistently collect a lot of makeup products, skincare products, hair care products, whatever the case, whatever is in the beauty industry, whatever expires. And then simultaneously feeling extremely overwhelmed because I can't use any of that up in time for its due date. Now, I just want to preface that I don't personally believe in like a due date, because if you watch or follow any social media cosmetic chemists, they will tell you that although there is like a suggested expiry date, for the most part, like for example, for powder products, some cosmetic companies would put like a 2-year expiry date or even a 1-year expiry date. Who uses a whole powder in 1 year? Like a powder, well, unless you're using it every day, but if you have like multiple products in your makeup bag, in your makeup stash, you definitely can't use a whole powder in 1 year, or at least I can't. And I'm sorry if I'm like shaking and breathing heavy, I'm pregnant. Anyways, so because of that, I personally, rely more on the way the product looks, the way the product performs, the way the product smells, and like any textural changes. So I use that as sort of a gauge of when to throw out my products, especially if they're powder products. I'm a lot less worried and I'm only using it on myself. Now, for something like a cushion, for example, like a cushion foundation, that's a different story. You're kind of like dipping the sponge on another sponge every day. And so I've actually started to slowly depot some of my cushion foundations for that reason. And just to quickly show you, I know I'm like on such a tangent right now, but I bought these little Muji containers and they fit about, let's say like 18 grams, so 18 milliliters of product. And they were like, what, like $2 per piece. So the way I depotted it, however, was like a very messy process, but now that it's depotted, I feel a lot better for hygiene reasons about using it. Okay, anyway, so back to the maximalism and minimalism situation. So yeah, I, especially now that I'm pregnant and my husband or my partner and I are now really honing and drilling in on like what family life is going to look like what do we want to do? Do we want to invest in a home? Do we want to sort of be nomadic and invest and then sort of live off of that, those profits, I guess, or dividends or whatever. So more on that later in another video, because we still haven't really figured it out yet. But that has really got me thinking, like, I have this whole cart of makeup and I have a whole bathroom stash of skincare products. Like, how am I going to use all of that up? And how am I going to bring everything in? Like, let's say we were traveling in one suitcase and we wanted to go like on a road trip in Japan. And so it's just like a constant dilemma because I love makeup. I've loved makeup ever since I was in like 4th grade. When I first discovered makeup, when I first smudged like a brown eyeliner under my eyes, and I was totally in my emo phase when I first got into makeup, but I just love makeup and I love like packaging and colors and whatnot. And so I'll consistently buy and then just leave it there and covet it. Because I don't want it to run out. And it definitely comes from like that scarcity mindset My parents are immigrants. I'm actually an immigrant myself. And so the scarcity mindset, I think, definitely does play into my behavior when it comes to using these products, because I never want to fully use up a product. Granted, I have definitely used up some product. I'm not gonna lie, like there's definitely some holy grails that I've used through the years and I continuously repurchase on top of my other purchases of the same category. And so I just wanted to sort of share this with you guys and go on this journey with you guys, just to sort of see where it takes us, because like, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. This is my makeup cart, and whoops, let me flip this over. I know this is in like 0.5, it's like zoomed out, but it was the only way where I could extend my hand carefully. But this is sort of like my, what do you call it? Project pan, the makeup that I'm trying to use up as soon as possible. And then these are all of my extras. And this is just makeup, and down here are my beauty devices, and then under here these are all of my like what do you call it, backups. And so yeah, there's just like an array, like everything in here is eyeshadows in layers. I've depotted a lot of them, but I'm never going to be able to use all of these shadows in a lifetime, nor do I ever really use a lot of the colors that I own. Same thing with these lippies. I will say I do use pretty much all of them, but it's so, like, in comparison to, like, how long that I can keep them for before they actually go bad and, like, start to smell weird. Yeah, like, I can't use them fast enough. And then I have eyeliners back there, backup of, like, blushes and other like facial cosmetic stuff, and then backups of my cushions, or cushions that I have open that I'm like not using yet because I have to use these ones up. And so yeah, that is that's my dilemma. And I think that what I have to do is really just like sit with that feeling of this transition in my life that I'm about to go through, aka like becoming a mom and like not having enough time to really play with makeup as I used to. And to be honest, even though I have time even right now, like it's not like I'm playing with the makeup that I own. I just look at it and I'm like, oh, hee, like I like it. And that's about it. But other than that, like it's not really serving a purpose in my collection. And so it's just kind of sitting there. And like my daily face looks like this. Like I do my brows, I do a bit of foundation, and then I'll use like my contour products on my eyes, do a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner, a lot of blush. So blush and contour are probably like the two products that I know for sure I can probably hit pan on. But everything else that I use on my face, okay, and eyebrows, just because that's an everyday thing. But besides that, like, I guess I'm mainly speaking about eyeshadows. Like, I can never go through those eyeshadows. And I just think that I really need to be tougher on myself. I've stopped shopping I want to say last month. And I know that sounds so bad, but I really had, like in 2023, I really had a year of indulgence. And that is what I'm categorizing as my 2023 word of the year. Especially like once I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, okay, like now that I have to go through this transition, I just started like panicking, and I was like, just like thinking about loss of self, and then it ended up becoming this like huge materialistic spending spree. Yeah, I definitely dipped into my savings for that too. And now I'm looking at all this stuff, and although it like makes me happy, like the other rational side of my brain is like, what are you doing? You know, like you have something else, like a whole ass human to think about and consider now. But not even that. It's like, even before that, right? It's like even before I got pregnant and whatnot, it's not like I was playing with makeup every day. Like I work from home. I barely wear makeup, if anything, because I'm barely on camera. I'm not really seeing that many people anyways. And if you are in a corporate environment, it's not like you can be wearing a green eyeshadow to work every day. So that's all to say that in the next few videos that I'm going to be posting, it'll probably just be videos of me sort of just letting myself or letting a lot of products go. Where they're gonna go, I'm not entirely sure. I do sell a lot of my either like swatched products or new products because I do have a lot that are new, which is really unfortunate. But again, that scarcity mindset of buying it, looking at it, feeling happy and putting it away, never touching it. Anyways, I sell it on Poshmark. So if you are interested at all and you reside in Canada, I'll put the link to my Poshmark in the description box, wherever it is. And if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. If you're also going through the same dilemma, also let me know. And I just also want to add this in here for myself in the future, but this cart, I bought it for this intention, to store my beauty stuff because my desk has absolutely no storage. But I also told my husband that, hey, like this right here, by the way, this is from IKEA. But this is actually a bamboo cutting board. So once I sort of get through, I guess, this like phase of mine, which I do, I am hoping that I eventually kind of get over it, or mature a bit in relations to like usage versus like overconsumption. I wanted to use this as like a little handy like utility cart with my child, where when he's tall enough he can actually use this, and then like he can cook with me, you know, and he can prep with me, and then we can put like little ingredients in here where he can actually like do a little DIY of whatever we're cooking. Okay, anyways, that was definitely a tangent, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to my next video because I will probably be posting that shortly after this video. I'm going to be going through my makeup and just really like honing in on, am I going to use this? When am I going to use this? How often am I going to use it? And like, do I really need it? Or is it just there for me to stare at it and just like remember that I had this life before? But like, no, like you got to stay in the present, right? You got to stay in the present and look forward to the future, but you got to stay in the damn ass present instead of like thinking of like what you used to be, or like the time that you used to have, or like the money that you used to have. Because realistically, everything in that cart is like my life savings, because I really indulged in 2023, and I just really need to let go of the fact that I spent that money. It's already spent, and it is what it is. And I hope you guys gained some type of insight from this video. If you're going through the same thing as me, please leave a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next one.